Wow, it worked again. Hello everyone, Bean here, your guitar junkie. Yeah, let's do some more Hendrix again. Something's sounding a little funky today. See what happens. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Don't know if I'm going down. Whatever it is, that girl put a spell on me. Or just the end of So yeah, I can't play without reading glasses on. I'm looking at the strings and they're blurry. So mistake number 1 through 3, you know. The other thing, I was playing just a minute ago, and I started the video, and just something didn't sound right. It didn't sound like, you know. Yesterday, granted, I had the N4 Duke, which is a heavier guitar, a darker sounding guitar. This is the Swamp Ash N4, and it's a lighter guitar, and it's got a brighter tone to it. So I was even checking, I thought maybe because I throw towels over the amp, I hit the knob, and either turned the volume knob down or did something over there. So I'm trying to see that, again, without reading glasses on. And then as I'm playing it, I'm very distracted. I'm like, this doesn't sound right. And I look down and I see that, again, my pedal, the knob, the gain that's normally at 3 o'clock, was down to like 8 o'clock. And it was just, sucking the tone right out of the guitar, which it's there to add tone to the guitar. And again, my dog was running in here last night. Like she was in a panic. It was going to rain or a thunderstorm. That's when she normally hides. Runs in here, hides under this bed. And I caught her in here last night. I'm like, I called her. I said, Apollo, what are you doing? And she would pop her head out like, I'm not doing anything. But because I throw a towel over this pedal board, again, she runs around here and she's like, scurrying quick to try to find an opening, because I got guitar cases under the bed. And she must have stepped on my pedal board again. And that was doing it because, here we are. Yeah, I need the music to play that. Again, I can't just pop it out of my head. I need something to fall into. So, yeah, I don't know how I played it. I hope you don't realize the mistakes. I'm playing it, I'm counting the mistakes, as I always do. And I'm saying, one take Beanie from the bedroom. Let's roll with it, Not like, these guys that you see them shredding, through a processor, and they practiced it 100 times and did about, I don't know how many takes until it was perfect. Me, I'm not worried too much about it. The Floyd on here, the 1000 and the 1500 series, they're good, but every time I have to say, the Floyd Rose on the Ibanez Drosatriani 1200 series, my red one here, that's probably the best kind of Floyd Rose-ish tremolo I've ever had on a guitar. And I've had a couple of his, the black ones, and they weren't this model. They were the 1000, I think. This is the 1200 series. And the fact that you could just put the ball end in without snipping it on the end, that little washer ball end, you could just put it right in there, and then poof, tighten it back up, and you're good to go. You're not snipping this end, and then you're not, you just got to snip the excess off over here. Is sweet, and it's smooth. It stays in tune every time I grab it. Whether if I play it, every other day, or I play it every other week, I grab it off the wall, and that sucker is right in tune all the time. The other ones, maybe, of course, again, the G string. Why the G string is always out of tune on every guitar, whether it's a Floyd Rose or a hardtail, I don't know. There's got to be, if Einstein was alive, I would probably write him a letter and ask him about that. Why is a G string always out on every guitar, no matter what? But in any case, so yeah, and when I was realizing that when I asked a question on one of my videos, if I get an answer, great. I'm not doing that because I want someone to leave a comment to, boost my YouTube channel, what they call it. Because every time I click on a video that's on YouTube, every time, the first thing everyone asks is, please subscribe and like and hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. It really helps my channel. I can give two shits less about my channel. I didn't think I was going to get past, 5, 10 subscribers, to be perfectly honest. So I do this purely for fun. I don't want to hit the 3,000 mark where you can start making money, because again, you still have to hit 3,000, but you still have to have X amount of views to get something. And again, I don't want to be dealing with that, even though I asked my accountant about it. It was just one of those things I don't care about. I do this purely for fun. And if I get people that I communicate with through it, it's great. It's great to speak with people that are all over the United States. It's great to speak with people that are outside the United States. I'm talking to guys that are in England, guys that are in Peru. I can't think of the other ones. But a couple more. I just can't think of them right now. And they would say, hey, this is so and so from Italy and this and that. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. That my video reached them, and you correspond pretty much back and forth with that person, become friendly with them online, kind of thing. So yeah, I see guys doing that all the time, and I realize, I did ask questions, but I don't want people to think I'm doing that because I want to build my channel up. That's the last thing I want to do. The other thing is that the AI crap. I Google stuff because I'm always curious about things. So I'll Google a question and try to find an answer, and I read it better off of the lit screen on my computer. Not so much on hard copy, again, because I'm just dyslexic. So, I read it better off the screen. I take my time with it. And, sometimes I'll ask a question and then I'll get a video on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, sweet, I don't have to read something. I be like lazy like everyone else, who reads books anymore. It's all that audio stuff. Let me just watch the video and hear it. So I'm seeing something visually and hearing it at the same time. And then, right away, oh, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. It really helps the channel out, blah, 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 blah. Like, give me a break. And then the guys that have a members only, they want you to pay to see what you could see for free on their, it's all about the green, all about the green. It's crazy. Does anyone actually work for a living anymore? Nowadays, everything is making a fortune off of YouTube. It's crazy. So, and then when you see the AI stuff that has nothing to do with what, the picture that you see, and then the question that it's presenting to you, and you click on it and it's not even that. For an example, I saw something I saw two things. I saw something with Linda Lee. She finally speaks out, after so many years, about Bruce Lee. And I'm thinking, this could be interesting. She's got to be in her 80s. Let's see what she's got to say. Let's see if she, confirms what we think or what we already know. And you see a picture of her. You see a tiger skin hanging up on the wall behind her. It looks pretty, recent. You click on it, and it's AI right from the get-go. It's not even, you don't see a person speaking. You just hear, it's an AI-generated voice. You know that they're speaking without catching a breath in between pauses. And then it's got nothing to do with the question, with, the thumbnail. And it just goes in a different direction. You're like, oh, man, that sucks. And a lot of times it's other stuff that I look at a lot of space and science. So when I was, 12, 13 years old, I did a book report on UFOs. So that's how far back I've been interested, music, martial arts, and always, who isn't interested in UFOs and space and science? So I'll see something, and they have the coast to coast, they have the awakened zone, and then it's another one. And, you're seeing stuff like Emery Smith. That's, he's pretty much saying I'm the real deal. I worked with them. I dealt with them. I communicated with them, aliens. I operated on them. And he's, having an interview with David, I can't think of his name, guy with the blonde hair. Another scientist that recently is dead, with all the other scientists that are either missing or dead. And suddenly this guy was, he shot himself, like self-inflicted gunshot wound outside his house with sheriffs there. Come on. So I see it and I'm like, oh, now I want to hear what's going on with this guy and the whole bit. And a lot of his videos come up, and I see, videos with him and Emery Smith. They're fascinating. And then it's I see something, because I'm clicking on the awakening zone, and coast to coast, and something else. I forget the other one. Another video will pop up, show you a picture, and like, for example, I met with a an Arctic, a tall white, small gray, whatever it is, and I had to come, and so you, without even looking to see who made it, I click on it, and again, nothing to do with that. And if they do show a person, it's AI generated. You could tell because they're not breathing. You can see that their lungs aren't filling up. They're not swallowing. Their neck isn't moving. They're just speaking, word after word, nonstop. So yeah, it's crazy. It's driving me nuts, and I'm seeing that all the time. And again, when I Google something, what was the? I had another question. I asked my wife something yesterday, so right away she took out the phone and Googled it. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what's gonna come up. You know what I mean, kind of thing. So yeah, that was me going off again. In a good way. You think this is gonna work? I doubt it. Have a good day and better tomorrow.